everybody, Michael here. Just quickly peeked around the corner with the camera to show you guys the kittens. Daisy around here, and there's her little puppies. They're all taking a nap. Just look at that one with his little tongue. They are absolutely gorgeous. She's very protective over them. Yeah, so tigers still in the rain. Just close this gate before I move on. Here's Enzo. Just going to close here because Daisy follows me around everywhere. Diego taking his walk. So people asked me, did you save the frog in the pool the other day? Yes, I did. I went in, just closed the tigers up on the other side first, and took a net, went in there. I thought, oh, this is going to be easy. Not that easy. Whenever you scoop up that frog, he just leaps out of it. And he's real quick. So I had a couple attempts to get him out, but I did get him out, and then put him in the field next to this wall. So yeah, he's safe. But why did the tigers not eat him? Because I'm sure they could have seen him. But the thing is, just look at Diego here. Look at his face. Look at where his eyes are. And then imagine yourself looking through those eyes. What will you see? Well, the first thing that you will see is right at the angle that his nose is pointing now. You'll be able to see whatever is in front of you. But if your nose, or your chin for that matter, is in the way, that's a big spot that you will not be able to see. So if you look at Enzo's face as he comes along, it's looking forward, no problem, but where his nose is, he's not able to see there. So there's a big spot right in the front of the face that is actually blind. Tigers cannot see there. And I remember the first, well, how can I put this? Since forever, whenever I've seen anything, I was seeing a curvature on the left top and the right top of my sight. So if you just look at anything, you'll be able to see that curvature. Now, if you close your left eye and you look to the right with your right eye, everything will be clear. There's no part of your face blocking your vision. If you look to the left with your right eye, you'll see the curvature of your nose and the bridge of your nose. Now that is what I'm talking about. I've always seen that, and it bothered me, because why would that be there? If you close your right eye and you look to the right, notice how you see your nose's curvature again. But if you look to the left, there's nothing preventing you from seeing. Just close them up quickly. So, does that make sense? Just try that. Just close them up nicely here. Go and get the chlorine. So yeah, that is something people don't really notice because you don't have anything to compare it with. But what I'm saying is, as far as I can remember, I've seen that and it bothered me. Maybe I didn't have that before. Now it's getting weird. Vegetarian cat, he's on his own mission. So yeah, he's got some chlorine. So think about that. How does that work? That is basically hardware. And why would the tiger have such a big nose right in front of its face? It's actually silly if you think about it. Wouldn't it just have been easier if they didn't have that whole part? But I guess they have to put their mouth somewhere. So that's where the mouth goes. These are very obvious things. That is not that obvious because you don't have anything to compare it with. You see this and you just assume that that's how it's supposed to be. But maybe, let me just open this thing now. I've always got the problem of having only one hand to do all the things I need to do. So, it's got a little lid here that I need to break off. That's it. And now it should just open. So yeah, think about that. How do you actually measure these things up? And what is normal and what is abnormal? And how should it be? I'm just going to put a little X-ray in. So yeah, that's something to think about. That's the design of an animal, a human, or whatever. If you're looking at these things and you have to decide what works and what does not work, where will you make the change? Just look at that nose. Why is that nose right at the front part of the tiger? Won't it be in the way? No. The thing is, if this tiger is underwater and he needs to get up, the first thing to save his life, if he's been underwater for too long, is the position of that nose. Because if he gets up and is able to push his nose out of the water, he'll be able to breathe. Does that make sense? Still on the visual part of the tiger. Just look at that eye. Look where it is. So he's only able to see upwards in that direction. He's not able to see anything from that angle downwards. You will really have to tilt his head, nod his head downwards so far to be able to see that frog in the water or get distance. It's the only other way he could do it. So it's got nothing really to do with focusing. Enzo knows that his spool has been treated with chlorine. He loves it. He wants to just go there. I'm going to open up for him now. But yeah, that's things that is really obvious. Although, if you've never had anything to compare it with, you won't be able to tell. So, yeah, their sight is very limited because of the position of their mouths and the bridge of their nose and the teeth. Everything had to fit in there. So if you have to make an improvement on this tiger, what would you do? How can you make an improvement on him? Would you make his nose a bit shorter? Okay, he's going to come out here and I'm going to have to be real quick. They love doing that. So yeah, think about it. How can you make an improvement on what we have here. Would you point anything up or down, or make his nose shorter, put his eyes more forward? Because then they will not be protected that well. Because that's the most important part, I think, is their eyes. They have to know when they get into a fight, their eyes are protected. There's no point in having two huge eyes right on the front of your nose, getting into a fight and get them bitten off. That sounds funny the way I say it, but think about it. It's how it is. There's not much improvement that can be made on a tiger. And did they just evolve to this? I don't think so. I don't think anything can really evolve to this perfection. And what if there's any temperature changes? Or look at him there by the chlorine. There's maybe one or two small little how can I put it? Grains of chlorine that might have fell down there. So did he just try and lick it? Couldn't have been more than 3 or 4. And he's still there. These tigers just keep on getting new things to do. Even a grain of chlorine, they will find it. And he's gonna go now. Enzo is checking him out. See how this is gonna play through. Yeah, those are just some thoughts. Some thoughts on what a tiger looks like and why. Seems like I've got a frog in my throat now. Another thing, sorry guys, another thing about that frog. Why would they not eat it? Well, there's a video that I made about Diego once that I had to rinse his mouth with the hose pipe because his mouth was foaming like you won't believe. It was so funny, and eventually he sat with the hose pipe in his mouth all by himself, and he was able to just sit there and rinse his mouth. And that's because he ate a frog. So there's no point in trying to eat a frog if you're a tiger. Those frogs has also got their designing that was done inside of them. You can't eat that frog. So I'm not really sure if they didn't see the frog or if they didn't want to eat the frog. But then if he really wanted to eat it, he would still want to play with it. But they didn't. They just ignored it. So yeah, there's so many things to think about. And not only think about the answers, even think about the questions. Because there's just questions popping up. It gets a bit complicated. So yeah, I'm going to leave it right there for you guys to think about it and comment. Tell me what you think. What improvement can be made on one of these tigers? I don't think there's anything that can be done. Even the hair that's on them that protects them. But it's not too thick, so they can't swim real fast through the water. Why would they need to go into the water in the first place? See what I mean? There's just questions popping up. Now I do have answers on just about all of those questions, and I'll slowly start releasing some of those things because I've had a long time to think about this. But yeah, Look through those eyes of the tiger. What do you see? Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great weekend.